Hi, it's Kanisha. So I've got a challenge for myself that I wanted to share with you in case you also need this challenge for yourself. But I am someone who loves to buy books. I'm someone who loves to read books. But the proportion in which I buy versus read the books has not been very well for the past 2 and a bit years, to the point where I now have 25 books that I own, like physical books, that I have not yet read, or I've either started but yet to have completed. And my challenge is in the next 2 months, before I relocate, yes, I'm relocating to another country, I want to get through all 25 of those books so that when I leave, I'm like obviously using a Kindle and I can carry on reading that way, but I know there's not books that are sitting on my shelf that are just waiting to be read, but I don't know when I would ever get around to reading them. So that's my challenge so far. Here are all the books that I have that I really want to read. They are a mixture of non-fiction, fiction books, young authors, young audience, is it YA? Is that what it stands for? YA books. They're fantasy, they're written by black authors. Like, there's just so many different like sub-genres of these books, and it gives range, which I'm happy about, but also at the same time I know I have some favourites when it comes to books that I'm like, I want to read you first, versus like other books that, you know, non-fiction, I love non-fiction, but I don't enjoy reading non-fiction. So they might be towards the end of my reading pile. But yes, it's an exciting challenge. If you have a bunch of books that you need to read in your TBR list, I recommend that you read them too. So far in the challenge, I have read 2 of my books. So this has been Ace of Spades, which is a book about 2 young people who go to Nevis Academy, and they start off with a regular life. Like, one of them's popular, one of them's a loner, but you know, he's got his friends, got his homies, and then suddenly their worlds turn upside down when they realise they are being targeted by this anonymous person called Ace. And so the 2, who do not talk to each other whatsoever, must team together to figure out who is Ace and work out what's gone wrong. And so I will post a book review of what my thoughts are. Actually, I did a TikTok about it, so I'll put a link to that here. And then the second book that I have read is Convenience Store Woman, which is about a 36-year-old woman working in a convenience store in Japan, and she has always worked at this convenience store her whole working life, and so that's 18 years of work. She's always just been at the same place, and for her this is amazing. She absolutely loves this lifestyle. Couldn't think there's anything better. Like, it's the best thing since sliced toast for her. Like, she just loves that job. But the people in her life, whether it's her co-workers, her sister, her friends, all of those people think she could be doing more, she should be doing more, that she should be a wife, she should be a mother, and want more for her life, but she is content with hers. And so it follows her story as she tries to navigate what society wants versus what she wants, and can she find a way to live an authentic life for herself, and this book kind of goes into that. So I also did a review on that, so you can definitely check it out here. Definitely an interesting read. Both of those books I wouldn't recommend to other people, but I am glad that I did complete, because obviously there's 1 or 2 lessons that I picked up from reading both books. And so yeah, I will share more about the books, or sort of do like a review after like reading 5 books, and then when I read the next 5 books and the next 5 books, etc. Just so that you can know whether these books are worth reading as well, and if you should add them to your list of books that you want to read. But that is my challenge for the next 2 months, is to get through my hefty reading list, because 25 books I have not yet read but are in my bookshelf is actually crazy. Like, I was just thinking about it the other day, like, it's so crazy. But me personally, I'm building a library, so I just see it as investments into the library, always new knowledge that I gain from reading these books. But nonetheless, let's get on with this challenge. Subscribe if you want to hear more about how I get on, and I'll see you in my next video.